walk me through, since I seem to be challenged in this area, and truly I am. I made some this weekend and it came out nasty. How to do a Chemex, a pour over.
Happily.
The how-to, so that when I'm out and about, if I have my telephone, I can just pull up your video for on-the-spot instructions.
Totally.
Good.
That's what we're here for. So this is the 6-cup Chemex. Since we're only going to make 1 cup, I'm only going to fill it halfway, but luckily the parameters still extend, as does the method. So first and foremost, we need our coffee, and I'm going to use the handy-dandy burr grinder.
And we're using
We're
Jaguar?
using Jaguar from Local Roasting.
Yeah. That's local down here in Portland.
Yes, they're a couple of blocks away from here. Really nice little walk.
Yeah.
Cute little cafe.
How many grams we doing?
24 grams of coffee.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Watch this, 1 bean at a time.
That's what it is.
Look at, yeah, see?
Luckily, when you have an accurate scale, you can do 1 bean at a time. And 24 grams. I'm going to take that little leftover, purge my grinder, get that flavor in there so I'm not losing anything.
Or get out what's previously in there, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I saw that 1 bean fly.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
That bean never left the hopper. Put it in here, let it grind all the way through.
And you're grinding at, what number are you at on that particular grinder?
Approximately 18.
So that's about not quite medium setting.
Just under.
Yeah. On this particular grinder.
On this particular.
Every grinder's different, folks. Just so you know. Don't go home and say, Joe said 18 on all my,
Exactly.
5,000 grinders out there.
The way you dial in a grinder for pour over is you start somewhere coarser than you think it needs to be. So usually start straight in the middle. That's a great arbitrary number.
I think that's one of the mistakes I made the other day. It
Too
was
coarse
too
of a
fine.
grind. Too fine. Excellent. That's an easy one to.
I kind of like my drip a little bit finer for the ones that I use at home. So I ground this coffee and took it with me on a little mini trip and did a pour over.
Less than optimal?
It was bad.
So
less than optimal.
What you can do is if you start a little coarser and you have to want to drink coffee for this, make yourself a cup.
Play with it.
Drink it, enjoy it, and then go 1 step less.
Sure.
And take notes and play with it, and then go 1 step less. And most coffees will develop body, roundness, and sweetness as you go finer because you're extracting more good tasting stuff. And eventually you'll get to a point where it tastes superb.
Mine tasted like mud.
Well, you went too fine then. And then if you go that 1 click extra, that superb suddenly becomes not well-rounded, underdeveloped, yet bitter. And the further you go, the worse it gets. So you just take it back to where it tasted brilliant, and you now know where your grinder needs to be.
Well, and that's for that particular coffee, too.
Exactly.
Every coffee's going to be a little different.
Every bag of coffee will be different.
Be different.
It's an agricultural product. It changes with time.
It does.
So I have my Chemex, we have your cup, we have our gooseneck kettle at 210 degrees.
Okay.
So the first step to making a good cup of pour over is to rinse our filter and heat up our brewing vessel. So all I'm gonna do is make sure I
make the dust stick.
Wash it down. And at this point, I'm also going to add just a splash of hot water into the bottom of your cup.
To make my cup hot.
To make your cup hot. Get rid of my water either in the sink or a handy dandy 20-ounce frothing pitcher. There are 2 methods to blooming your coffee, which is we're pouring hot water over our coffee to allow it to degas carbon dioxide, have those pores that are in our cellulose structure open up, and allow our coffee to reach its saturation point so that it dissolves when we add water on it next. That's how we get coffee. We are physically dissolving beans, parts of the bean, and putting it in our cup. So you can take a spoon, you can take the ultimate coffee manipulation tool and make a little well.
A divot.
You don't have to go all the way down, but the divot really does help. You don't have to divot either, but it makes the water get to the bottom better.
I did do that correct.
So you zero out your scale once you have your coffee in there, and in this particular ratio, we're doing 1 part coffee to 16.6 parts water. I am now going to add 30 grams of coffee up to 400 later with the brewing.
Gotcha.
So I'm keeping that ratio, and honestly, I could start with whatever water weight I want, divide it by 16.6, and that will tell me how much coffee to use.
Gotcha. So this is the initial blooming.
Exactly. And I am starting my clock the second water touches coffee.
Yep. And you do
I
about
am
30
now
seconds.
brewing, and exactly, I'm doing 30 seconds. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Always is.
it's
I know.
beautiful.
It's the brownies in the oven thing.
Exactly.
Yep. We like that.
And then you just wait. You anticipate. Listen to some good music. I find some Thelonious Monk works well while
Yeah.
you're waiting for your coffee. Some good jazz. 30 seconds in, we are starting our pour.
The actual pour.
The actual pour, and it wants to be an even, controlled pour, which is why we use a gooseneck kettle. If we had a really wide-mouth kettle,
Oh.
that water weight would start to agitate our coffee
I've
more.
done that. It just-
and it increases extraction.
It's a glurk.
Yes. So I'm going to pour 300 grams of water over my coffee for approximately the next minute. So at a minute and a half, I have the majority of my water extracting my coffee.
How many grams you at for water now?
We're at 300,
And what'd you
right
say?
there.
350?
300.
300 is what you want.
300.
Gotcha.
So this is giving me the information I need to continue my extraction. I'm engineering the flavors I want to taste. So I'm watching how my water is steeping through. And honestly, from the look of it, my grind size is a little big.
So it's coming out a little faster
It's coming
than
out
you
a
would
little
like.
faster than I would like. So I'm only at 1:30, and I've lost quite a bit of water
Oh, yeah.
in my cone.
You probably have lost 60, 70%.
But that's okay, because right now my water and my coffee are interacting, and it's starting to break apart my coffee, which is making it finer and finer, which is clogging my filter.
So it's slowing down.
It's slowing down. And when I add the next 50 grams to wash my filter, I will have a slower extraction.
Right.
So my rate has slowed down a little bit. This means I'm developing more flavor. I'm breaking apart more coffee. I'm dissolving more coffee and depositing it into my vessel at the bottom. And right now, this actually looks like a good flow rate. My time is right. I'm at 2 minutes and 20 seconds right now.
And we want
We want between 2.5 and 3.5 minutes. So I know that I can just add the rest of my water. I'm going to do it gently so I don't increase agitation. But I'm going to add my last 50 grams and let the time play out as it will.
good. Meanwhile,
We listen to more jazz music and chillax.
with the weed whacker in the background.
Yes.
That's okay. Hey, they got to do it around here, you know?
Exactly.
Once in a while, a little weed whacking, leaf blowing, whatever they're doing out there.
It does what it does.
Yep. I would, a little chocolate would, would be good
That
too.
would be nice. Maybe
Yeah.
some whipped cream, just because.
No.
Whipped cream on chocolate.
Yeah, oh, well, there's that. There is that. But chocolate with the coffee. You know what else is good with coffee I found? Peanut butter.
Peanut butter is delightful.
I love peanut butter toast with my coffee in the morning.
I was drinking
at
a
times.
coffee 2 days ago that tasted like dark chocolate peanut butter cups.
Perfect.
Like, it was
Ooh.
beautiful.
You got to tell me what that is, because
I
that
will.
sounds like I would like that.
I
down
might
the
even
road.
brew you a cup.
There you go.
So our water is now almost completely through our grounds. We are exactly at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. We have a few drips left, but we don't care about those.
No.
Next, what we're going to do is I am not going to pour you this. I'm going to stir it up first.
And why do you do that?
I am doing that because my coffee has different rates for things that brew out of it, different solubility ratios and rates of all of those tasty flavor molecules. And they striate, they layer themselves.
So you're
I'm
mixing it all up.
homogenizing it,
Yeah.
yes. And then,
Whisk my coffee.
precisely, pour
Thanks, Joe.
and enjoy. Quite welcome, Gail.
No, my tasting.
Local roasting at Jaguar, so.
No. In my tasting.
Yes, in your tasting. Ah, yes.
Am I supposed to do that?
Yeah, it aerates and cools.
I think I would choke myself. I'm that kind.
I like the more dainty sip.
That's nice.
It's good coffee.
It is good.
It's good coffee.
One more sip. I'm trying to pick up some nuance. See, I told you I'd choke. Little nuances. I don't know. I'm not a describer like you are, but like I said, I like it or I don't like it.
Okay, and that's all that matters.
I like it. It's good stuff. All right, so Thanks a lot for doing that, Joe,
Yeah.
and showing me. So now I can pull that up on my telephone when I'm remote and I can get all my proportions and parameters correct.